on the fly thinking. Like I got a problem solve.
Right.
And it's like, give me like 2 minutes. Boom, boom, boom. All right, I got it. And then like football is like, coaching has like helped me hone, especially being a court, it helped me hone that skill. And I apply it to whatever I'm at. Some shit pops off and it's like, all right, let's get this. All right, let's get them here. Like when they had like the Hardy game when they shot, like everyone else, like when you go to like the frenzy, and I'm like, you gotta protect your kids and you gotta protect the other kids.
Yeah.
And it's like, I go boom, like immediately. I'm not going, oh shit, I saw this shit. I saw this notice.
Okay.
I was like, all right, let me go grab these. Can we grab the Hardy kids too? But like immediately, some people like even some coaches, like, I'm going, like you're scared, which is understandable.
But too though, man, a lot of individuals never really hone in their critical analytical thinking.
Absolutely.
Them little puzzles and shit we used to get back in grade school. That right there was kind of sharpening that steel on it.
Easy.
So, yeah, man, it's
I don't know if it's a skill more so than like you being creative, but like I guess I'm trying to find some correlation.
It's just like I say, when I say the math to start mapping, it's more or less because you have to almost see a product at its completion at the inception. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you have a good ability to do that, then the shit becomes easy because you can say, okay, well, I see how this is. Well, I got a concept of how it's supposed to be at the end. So let me just work my way backwards. But you got to see it from here and then work it backwards. With most problems, most, especially most math problems and all that shit. So
I mean, they're always giving you the answer to the math problem.
Yeah.
How do you get to it?
How you get to it? Yeah.
Then you apply it to, I guess, everyday life. When even people tell a story, they'll say, let me start at the end and periodically work my way to the beginning.
Right. And build context. Filler.
Right.
Filler. A lot of filler.
And I feel like everything is relative. But when you talked about that critical thinking, if you're not a critical thinker, you don't see everything as relative. You really don't. They be like, how does that go? It's all relative. Everything. It's all about your perspective. Like, it's all relative. You live in your feelings, it won't be.
No. That right there is one of those, there's no manual. And I hate that because it shit sounds so cliche. There's no exact manual, nothing pinpoint or concrete to say this is what's going to work for that, or that's what's going to work for that. It's just a matter of just having different understandings and putting them together, or almost like a library, knowing when to pull out what at when. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. That's why I read something on Twitter, like all these affirmation posts, these pages, which I love, because there's different views and perspectives. And one woman had said, hold lightly to your beliefs. And I knew exactly what she meant when she said that.
What do you think she meant by that?
It's like, leave room for perspective and growth. People feel like, these are my beliefs. I'm like, they're yours, they belong to you.
Yeah.
They don't belong to everyone else. They're just yours.
Those are not the core beliefs.
Right.
Exactly.
So I knew what she meant right away. It's like, it's something that I believe without I never fucking verbalized it.
Right.
She just verbalized it for me. So now it's the point, that's why I say the whole lightly to if you don't understand it, especially with the young kids, I elaborate on that. But no one says that more than women. Right? And like, I believe, I wasn't raised, and it's like, all right, that's okay.
Yeah.
You were raised, all right?
Yeah.
Whole lightly to that, man.
It's like now I have conversations with my wife, and it's more from a male perspective, female perspective conversation. Mm-hmm. And it's nothing like, nothing pertaining to us per se, but it's just, like we was talking about just like some of the attitudes of like these young chicks, like, how they be stank and skanky and all that other wild shit. And I was like, you come through that environment. She was like, yeah, but just because you come through certain environments, that doesn't mean you necessarily have to turn out like that. And I said, you're absolutely right, or it's going to be like that. And I said, no, you're right. But most likely because of those environments, that's what it breeds. And I said, just because you came through those environments and they come out like that. That doesn't mean the cast of women are going to do exactly what you did, you know? So.
Yeah, she said that. Most people have said that before. And what I knew my rebuttal to that normally is like, okay, you take the affluent town. You would think that most of the kids that come through that now, they're going to almost do the same thing their parents done. It's like it's more likely that's what they saw.
Right.
Now someone could go away from it. We know, like they made a song. The kids aren't all right by their offspring. We get it. But it's the same thing, just a different environment where there's more expectation, there's more success, wealth, and all that other shit. But it's just the same shit. For you to come out of it the way these young women have, it doesn't mean like, hey, it's majority rules.
Yeah, man.
Majority rules. And you had other people in your life. I think people like to give themselves like way more credit than they should, especially for like their upbringing. Like, they made these decisions on their own. I'm like, not really. You were actually taught.
Yeah.
Whether you know it or not.
There was an introduction
to
something, you know.
It's like my man Leo Sanders, like, he was talking to these kids, and I love it. He's, what's the first thing you do when you wake up in the morning? And a kid, majority of kids, they said brush your teeth. Some kids said, I read the book. One kid said, I open my Bible. And he stopped right there. He was like, you see things you did on your own? He said, even brushing your teeth when you first wake up. You were taught that.
Yeah.
Everything you've done, like to this point, like, you were taught that.
Yeah.
So you wake up in the morning, you brush your teeth, you're an 18-year-old kid, and you're like, you didn't wake up to brush my teeth this morning. No, you didn't.
But not for nothing, even the negative behavior, you're taught.
You're taught that.
Yeah.
So, our subconscious is a motherfucker.
Yo, we utilize that subconscious way more than we use our active consciousness. You know what I mean? Should be like, well, why'd you do that? I don't know. You really don't know, but your body says that's what the fuck we're doing.
That's why I would even say to with Ains, I'm like, yo, your subconscious is speaking whether you know it or not.
Right.
And this is why you get this reaction. Like, I'm super analytical. You are too.
Oh yeah. Sag, baby,
right.
Sag.
I'm sure I all this shit. So I pay attention to all these behaviors. Like, even when I'm coaching kids, like, my approach is like has changed. And I'm like, like, all right, how do I teach this kid? Like a kid last night, I'm like, fuck, man, you're fucking annoying. A younger cat. But I noticed how nervous he was.
Yeah.
Like the kid, like I noticed like all these little things. Like the kid that has his mouthpiece in, well before he goes in, he's nervous as shit.
Yeah. Somebody told him he's gonna lose his fronts.
He's nervous.
That crack back is
nervous
real.
as shit. Like he's nervous to fuck up. He's nervous to like possibly get his ass kicked. He doesn't want to mess up and get out. He doesn't think a single positive thought.
Yeah.
So before any football shit, you gotta break this shit down psychologically.
Yeah.
Before anything else, I'm like, hey. But it's like you probably think, nah, the kids weren't like them. Maybe there was. You weren't paying attention to her 16. I'm not supposed to know. Like you 16, you know your friends going through some shit. No, you don't know that nigga. You 16. You know such things going through shit. You didn't even know.
I would say that's not entirely true. Cause
you were aware of your friends going through shit.
Yeah. Different times though. Different times. We all was outside. We all was a lot more observant. Whereas like these kids are so isolated and secluded that you won't know if they're going through some shit. You know what I mean? But nobody's paying attention to nobody to know if anybody is going through some shit. Yeah. Whereas you could see the plight, like, you know what I mean? A lot of our cats, motherfucking moms and fathers were some fiends. So that alone, that started like, so you already knew to watch him a little bit more because shit is different at home. So, you know, but like just the awareness, overall awareness. Like I said, right now, yeah, hell no. Just like I had a conversation, like these kids are not even aware of, like they say, hey, I got it bad. You don't got it bad with a new iPhone in your hand, my man.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like now your feelings might be what they are. And I'm not speaking to that, anybody's feelings, but just the overall, like you don't know what having it bad is like. You know what I'm saying? I was fucking with my kids one day. And, you know what I mean? It was a discussion about this, that, and the third, about dinner. And I was telling my wife, like, yo, this kid's got too many options. There's too many options. No, Rashid, you need to don't be such an animal. And I'm like, yeah, you know what I mean? But these kids got too many options. So I said to the kids, I said, check it. You know what we had for dinner when I was your age? They said, what? I said, dinner. They was like, what? I said, that was dinner. Dinner was dinner. Whatever was on that plate, that's what it was. It wasn't options like that. But because of the situation and that real times was hard, now times is hard is you can't get this what you want when you want it. Not to say that you're not getting it, but it just, you know what I mean? I use this phrase a lot, like when I speak to a lot of young folks about it and about the mistake of overspending or impulse spending. I tell them, I said, I spent $1 million trying to buy one pair of shell toes. I was like, what does that mean? You spent $100 million for some sneakers? I said, nah. I said, but back then, I wanted some shell toes. But my mom, you know, after my father passed, she had kids, had to figure it out. So the shell toes was $39.99, but the Pumas was $29.99. But back then, when Run DMC and the shell toe Adidas, those was the shits, and I wanted them. She couldn't afford them. So because, you know, I said that to say this, because I couldn't get that then, when I started making money, I just started buying everything I wanted, everything I saw, and I blew a lot of dough. And, you know, after accumulating over the years, the shit was a little bit over $1 million. And that's all like, oh shit. Once I got, you know what I mean? Like, it was hard for me to even just go to like a regular store like Walmart just to get my kids underwear. Like, everything had to be name brand. But because now the other side of that story, which I don't say a lot to these kids, was the ridicule you was getting because everybody was broke. So my broke has to be a little less than your broke for me to feel good about myself. And our broke was broke. You know what I'm saying? So the ridicule was something. So I was like, you know, when I get an opportunity to never feel that type of hurt, because kids are fucking devils and animals, and they will say some hurtful shit because that's what kids do. And I blew a lot of bread like that. So, you know. But like, yeah, but just a level of, you know, I said that to speak about just the level of awareness was heightened because, like I said, the situations was way different. Now, being broke was one thing, and then your parents was fiends on top of that. You know what I mean? It's like, damn, man. It's like you already broke, and then your mom's smoking rocks, so you really ain't got nothing. Like, yo, let me hold that game. Nah, nigga, you ain't holding shit, because that shit ain't coming back. And, you know what I mean? You got more kids nowadays become a victim of their circumstances, so to say, because they have too much. There's no motivation to really go and get it, because it's almost like they press a button. Everybody George Jetson, you press a button and everything comes out the wall. Some literally, you know what I'm saying? So figuratively. That was dope. So what I'm doing, right? Just what happened right now, that happens you've been coming here for damn near as long as I've been open.
Yes.
And what just happened right there, 1 second, let you get. What just happened there is what happens every time you come in a barbershop. But now, motherfuckers can see. Content created, baby. So I'm gonna edit it up, but that's just, it happens just organically.
Yeah, it does.
You know what I mean? So, but it just has to be documented and just facilitated. And all these years, like, we've had great conversations. Just even that right there was just like, dang.
I feel like that was our light day.
Yo, we wasn't talking about that really.
That's a light day.
But that's what's going to set me aside. Has set me aside from a lot of these other cats, barber content creators, and that's what's going to keep me, set me aside. You know what I mean? Like, yo, man, Sag, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I used to never believe that shit. And I started looking more into it. I was like, all right, that makes a lot of sense.
It does.
That makes a lot of sense. And Lord knows I've been criticized for being too analytical. Like, don't be mad at me if I unlock the other 2/3 of my brain. Yeah.